Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Logbox. All morning, woke up bright and early, and I've been taking my OSHA 30 certifications. I'm working at the airport, and I'm off. And it's gonna you got to do it every 5 years, and it's easy to forget. So I'm doing that right now, and I just can't stand it anymore. I want to play a game. I got my butt kicked by Kingpin. He's more dangerous than I thought. Pretty clever system here. So without further ado, I'm playing Marvel United. I'm using this box now. This is a Marvel United. It's just like filled with characters. Uh, here's all the characters that come in the box, and I picked Punisher. I want to have Punisher versus Kingpin because I've been doing a Fantastic Four versus Doctor Doom and Super Skrull and stuff. So I wanted to do street level, but to do a solo game, you need a minimum of 3 characters. So I took uh, the Punisher, I took Moon Knight, and I took Daredevil. And I want to be Kingpin because I already know what I want to do next time, but I'm not going to tell you. Hey, we got Dave. We got Dave here. How you doing, Dave? How's everything? How's Dave? If you want to pop in, here's the link for anybody who wants to pop in and talk strategy with me, talk comics with me, whatever. You know, I just been doing my work today, and I got my blessing from Zach Tan, so that's good. I got my blessings from Zach Tan. See, we got a bunch of people watching. Let me know if you hear me, if you can see me. Let me know if you can see that starred comment. That starred comment is the link to pop in if you want to just hang out. Dave, come on in and hang out. All right, so this is Marvel United. Marvel United is a cooperative game, meaning all the people that play are on the same team versus the game itself. The game has a villain that you control through the cards. And I like this is my favorite superhero game. This is my go-to superhero game. Before this, it was Marvel. I can't even think of it, but it was a Marvel. I forget the name of the game, but it was a card deck, and I liked it. I liked it a lot actually, but I gave it away because I'm not going to play it. I'm going to play this game. This is a lot of fun, and you can play it with kids. Because it's really simple. If the adult controls the game, and then all the little fiddly rules you delegate out. You got a son, have him. He's the one that checks what Bam does. If you got another son, you have him. Check what these little threat cards do. And like I said, when you give a person a task to do at a job, they enforce it. Hey, we got Ernest. How you doing, Ernest? Oh man, I'm costing you money. I got you. You bought Fantastic Four because of me. You bought Marvel United. How much did you spend, and what version did you get? How much did you spend, and what version did you get? And if you have any questions on how to play, reach out. I love this game. I'll help you. And if you do play, let me know how you liked it. Let me know. A lot of questions, Ernest. A lot of questions, Ernest. But I'm gonna start. Okay, like you know, the bad guys go first. So let's start. We got the Punisher over here. So the Punisher, you just read the cards and you do them all in order. So it's pretty easy. So it says, advance the plan. Place him in the location with the lowest number plan token and discard it. So he starts over here. So he's going to go over here. He goes to the Brooklyn Bridge, and this token has a 1 on it. So, and we discard it. He wins. There's a couple of ways the Kingpin wins. The Kingpin wins if he takes all 6 of his plan tokens, then his master plan is enacted. The next the most common way he wins is if I have no cards. Okay. If you're playing with people, like other people, if you get knocked out, it's no big deal. But if all the players are knocked out at once, then the bad guy wins. So when you're playing cooperatively, it's real easy to get knocked out because your hit points are your cards, and you start with 5 cards. So in a way, this game makes it harder to play solo, but I kind of like that difficulty. So that's the most common way that I've been losing, anyways, to lose all my cards. I never made it. I think he only got like 2 plan tokens so far. Another way to win, another way for the bad guy to win is if I go to take a Kingpin card and there's no Kingpin cards, then he also wins. So there you go. There's only one way for me to win, and that's to beat the Kingpin. So before I finish this turn, I got, hey, Tony Grigo's here. How's Albuquerque, man? You know what I'm actually craving? Because you popped up, and every time you pop up, I think at Albuquerque. I'm sorry to dox you, but you told me already. Is the Frontier makes the fresh tortillas. Oh God, I got to learn how to make tortillas. I got to make. I get a frozen Hatch green chilies mailed to me. I got 2 more tubs left in the freezer. I got So you got the Avengers base set $20. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. All right, so let's finish that. So now he's got a BAM. A BAM means deal 1 damage to each hero in Kingpin's location. Well, there's no heroes in Kingpin's location. This also has a BAM. So deal 1 damage to each hero in this location and both adjacent ones. Oh, and both adjacent ones. Oh, okay. So Kingpin hits Moon Knight. Oh, no. And Kingpin hits the Punisher. Oh, no. So I'm already down 2 cards. Then discard 1 civilian from each of these locations without heroes. Well, he doesn't kill any civilians. And then I got to drop off goons. So the Punisher, the Kingpin goes down to the Brooklyn Bridge and releases some mafia guys. He also throws some mafia guys in Queens where the Punisher is. And he throws another guy over here in the police headquarters, but he's supposed to throw 2. So then deal 1 damage. So, oh man. So Moon Knight takes another damage. Holy mackerel. I'm down to 2 cards and I didn't even go yet. All right. So now I go. Holy mackerel. So Kingpin comes out swinging. He comes out. His minion, Bullseye, just starts killing people. And then his mob wounds. So Moon Knight's over here at the police headquarters. Fake cops start shooting at Moon Knight. Frank's at Queens. He's undercover at the mob, and they figure out who he is, and they start shooting him. It looks bad. This is a Marvel Max story already. Remember Marvel Max? Hey, Caleb's here. How you doing, Caleb? Back to tabletop gaming. Yeah, I'm off for 1 more week, so I'm doing all my certifications. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was on the computer for hours. So you draw a card. Okay. All right. So I got 2 Moon Knight cards, and I got a Punisher card. The Punisher card's a great card, but it's very specific. So I'm going to play Moon Knight. Moon Knight's suit. Until the beginning of your next turn, if you would take damage, ignore it and move to any location instead. And I get a heroic action. So he's in the police headquarters, and this card says there's connections. As long as this threat is in play, any defeated thugs are discarded instead of... So normally when you defeat thugs, they go on this card. And when you defeat 9 thugs, this card gets taken away and we unlock other abilities. But because the Kingpin has connections, defeated thugs don't get questioned. We don't get the information. It's just a waste of time. It's kind of thematic. I like that. So I'm going to put this star on that. That's a heroic action. So that means Moon Knight is investigating the connections at the police headquarters. All right. So I get to go 3 times, and then the Punisher goes again. And thank God, because the Punisher that first turn just walloped us. So, all right. So the Punisher, I'm going to play the Punisher. He has 2 wild actions, and he has a heroic action from Moon Knight's previous card. Now, I don't like this. He's investigating Queens. He's investigating the corrupt elite thugs there. So there's just like a mafia headquarters out there. So he's going to use all of them as heroic actions and just investigate this whole thing and just get rid of this card on his first move. We kind of forget that the Punisher isn't just a brute. He's got a brain. He's got street smarts, and he's got he's got pretty good investigation. I mean, he's not Batman, but he can investigate. So he eliminates the corrupt thugs. We take this token and we put it on that. When this has 4 tokens on it, we could clear that card. So cool. So he's going to end his turn in Queens. He didn't beat up any mafia guys, but he broke their system, their organization. And if you end your turn in Queens, if you have 1 or 2 cards in your hand, draw a card. So that's good. That's good. So Punisher he's helping the team in 2 ways. That's a great turn. So one more turn. What do I want to do? Daredevil. I'm going to play Daredevil because Punisher's card gives him 2 wild actions. Daredevil's card gives him a move and a fight. So what does he want to do? Daredevil, he's uncovering the Kingpin's secrets in Times Square. A lot of investigation going on, but this is crime and suspense and noir. So he does that. He also beats up this thug. Boom. Okay. So that card says, as long as this threat is in play, any rescued civilians are discarded instead of being placed on the mission card. As long as this threat is in play, any defeated thugs are discarded instead of placed. I think that's no, because they wouldn't have 2. Okay, they wouldn't have. All right. So I think those are. Yeah, I don't think this goes here. I think I got to get rid of both cards before I could do that. So then he's going to move. I'm going to have him move over here because this card is almost full. So that was his turn. All right. So now the Kingpin's going to go. Please don't defeat us all. I see a BAM already, so this could be bad. All right. He's going to go 2. Nice. Okay, so we avoid the BAM. Oh, I just realized I think we're going to lose. Oh, man. So, bam, nobody gets defeated, but then deal 1 damage to each hero of this location and both adjacent locations. We lose. We lost already. All right, so let's reset this. I'll give this a little shuffle. I gotta. This is rough because you got to keep away from Bullseye and Kingpin. Oh, man. This is rough. Let me just reset this board. The only guy who made any headway was the Punisher. The only guy who made any headway was Punisher. All right. We do that. Okay. I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's reset. Oh, we take that off too. And we put this plan token back. So, all right. This is going to be tough to defeat the Punisher. I mean, to defeat Bullseye. I think I defeated him too easy last night. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to have the Punisher over here. We're going to have that over there. We're staying away from Kingpin and the Punisher. You can set up any way you want. Let me draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and let's do the Punisher. I mean, the Kingpin. So the Kingpin goes 1, 2. Bam, he hits Moon Knight. So let's get rid of a Moon Knight card. So already, first round, we get hit. He kills civilians. So deal 1 damage to each. So he kills 2 civilians. And then we drop civilians in Central Park, in Times Square, and in Midtown High School. And that's his card. So, all right. Losing only 1 card on the first turn is acceptable. I mean, it sucks, but it's acceptable. All right, so I'm going to play Moon Knight. He's got a move and a heroic action. His heroic action, he's going to investigate Kingpin's secrets. And then he's gonna move to Midtown. All right. Then I draw another card. Okay. I have a great Punisher card, but I don't want to use it until he has enough movement to deal with Punisher. Deal with Bullseye. So Daredevil has a movement and two heroic actions. He's going to use his 2 heroic actions to investigate his connections. No. We can't have BAMs. So he rescues these 2, even though it doesn't do us any good. And then he's going to move over here. We can't let the cards fill up. Oh man. Kingpin in his own way might be tough for the Doctor Doom. All right. So where's Daredevil? I got a lot of Punisher cards. Let's see. So I'm going to play a wild Punisher card. So that's wild. So he has a heroic action and a wild. So I'm just going to have the Punisher. He's beating people up, trying to get to the secrets over here in Midtown High School. So I like to think that there's like 30-year-old guys like pretending to be high school students, and Punisher's just going around like, hello, fellow kids. Punisher's just beating them up, get the secrets. All right, so that's 3. Now the Kingpin goes. Advance the plan. So he's going to go over here. He's going to get that token. We're going to get a BAM, but nobody's there. But he does 1 damage to Daredevil. I do not have a Daredevil card, so I'm going to get rid of a Punisher card. You could get rid of any card from your hand when you take damage in a solo play, but thematically, if Daredevil takes the damage, then I got to get rid of it. But I just don't have one. So now, because the Punisher's influence, the mob is getting stronger in Queens, and the mob is taking over the New York City Police Department. We only have 1 good cop left. That sounds like the Punisher. I'm just going to go over here and take off this gigantic flannel robe. Nobody needs to see me take anything off. Because if I'm at my regular desk, it's ice cold over there. But over here, I'm right next to the heater. So there you go. So anybody interested in coming in and hanging out and talking? Here we go. I just put the link in there again. All right, so the Kingpin just went. I'm down to 3 cards, and now, all right, the Punisher, Moon Knight. So I'm gonna have Moon Knight play this special card. It says Moon Knight suit. It has a heroic action and a wild. So for her heroic action, I'm going to click. So between Moon Knight and the Punisher, they get all the secrets out of the school. All right. His other action is he has a wild action. So for his other action, he's going to rescue this good student. Now Kingpin drops more thugs, so he's going to beat up this thug. But that doesn't go on the card. I gotta clear these cards. But I also don't want him to move, because I could have used his wild action as a move. But then we get a token that I could use at any play. That's the power of this card now. That is that is unlocked. All right, so now I'm going to draw another one. Okay. All right, let's see. Where's Daredevil? Daredevil's over here. We got a star. I was hoping Daredevil would have a star, but he doesn't. So really, 2 stars. I kind of have a crummy hand over here. I should have moved Moon Knight. It would have been perfect had I moved him, but now it's no good. So the only thing I could do is play Daredevil. He's got a heroic action, so we're going to put this here. We're going to put that there. So that used up. And then he's got to fight. So he's just going to beat up a cop. But the justice system in New York is so corrupt. Kingpin's got everybody working for him that it doesn't help us. It doesn't. We don't get any information or anything like that. So it doesn't go on the card. All right. So now. All right. So what do we got over here? Moon Knight and Punisher and a fight. So I need to get Frank moving. Frank has 2 cards, but they don't give him any moves. All right, so we put a movement down to hopefully set up Frank next turn. So we got a fight and a movement for Moon Knight. So Moon Knight's going to go over here, and he's going to beat up this thug. But again, it doesn't help us. The only thing it really does is clear out that board. I mean, that helps us too. All right, that's 3. So now Kingpin's going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes to check on the police. It's not a BAM, so Daredevil doesn't get attacked. But it is a BAM because watch this. He's going to replace that cop, and then it overfills, so Daredevil gets hit. I do not have a Daredevil card, so I'm going to get rid of a Punisher card. All right. So Kingpin stares at Daredevil's face and goes, there's too many witnesses here, but that doesn't mean I can't hurt you. And then all of a sudden somebody snipes at Frank over there. That's how I thematically think of that. Now, I got to drop 3 guys over here, and you got to do it in the order on the card. So you get a thug, a civilian, and there's supposed to be 1 more. But fortunately, there's nobody here, so nobody gets hurt. And then this card's going to get filled up with a thug and 2 civilians. All right. Oh, and at the BAM section, this would no. So the BAM happened first. Okay. All right. And then this card goes over here. All right. So now I draw a Moon Knight card. I mean, I know it's a Moon Knight card because it says Moon Knight on him. It's like we know Moon Knight card is next. So I wanted a movement, but I got rid of the card that I had that I wanted, even Daredevil. So all right. So we're going to play a wild Moon Knight. So for that wild, I'm going to put a heroic action. Moon Knight, Jake Lockley is going around at night, driving people around, listening to stories, figuring out the Kingpin's secrets. And then he's going to move over here. Okay. Because he has a movement from there, movement from that. Now I draw another card, which is, I got like a handful of Moon Knight cards. We got a wild action plus whatever I play. All right, so I'm going to play Khonshu's Power. Get a wild token for each of your special effects cards in the storyline, including 1. That's 1, 2. So he gets. So now he has a wild, and a wild. That's 3 wild. So I'm just going to. So he goes to Central Park. He goes psycho bananas and just destroys all the connections in Central Park. That was the 3 wilds. Now he has no. He uses this star. This he turns into a star. And this he turns into a star. And this he still has a heroic action. So can he rescue? All right. So he's going to use this star and use that wild action to move back over here. That's what he's going to do. All right, so there we go. Because we want to clear that. We want to clear that. There, we draw another card. Oh man, we got a lot of fighting in our hands, but we don't have cards. All right, so all right, all righty. Oh, cool. We could. All right. We could play this. All right. So Daredevil has a heroic action. Daredevil busts up Kingpin's police connection ring. There we go. That uses that star. Then he's gonna beat up one of these crooked cops. Now we benefit from it. And you get a movement token for every thug that he beats up. But he only beats up one. But I don't want to be here because if we get a bam, he's gonna get hit. So we're gonna use what's going. It just gets so frustrating. Well, all right. Sorry, everybody. I stopped immediately. It was the Kingpin's turn. I didn't even look at the card. I'm back. All right, so we got advance to plan. So he spins around. He goes to token 2. He takes the 2 token. He hits a bam here. He does a bam. That doesn't affect anybody. But we put a thug over here, so Daredevil's going to get hit. And I'm getting rid of 2 really good cards. That sucks. All right. I drop a corrupt cop over here. This guy gets another bam, and that's it. I'm down to, I put this here, down to 1 card. Down to 1 card. All right, I'm going to draw a Moon Knight card. So, where is Moon Knight? Even if I play this card, it doesn't help. So I'm going to play this card. I needed a heroic action. So I got 2 fights and a move. So there's nobody to fight over here. It's only civilians. So he's going to go over here. 2 fights. Boom. Boom. He's beating up the mob in Central Park. And at the end of the turn, you may move up to 2 people from here. I'm going to move 1. No. This has the lowest amount of people. So I'm not even going to use that power. All right. All right. Now I draw another card. All right, so I could do this. So I'm going to play Daredevil. Oh, yeah, I'm going to play Daredevil. Daredevil has 2 wild actions, a fight, and a move. So he's going to use the move. Well, he used the fight first, boom, to take out that guy. So we cleared all the trouble out of Central Park. Then he's going to move. Then he's going to use 1 wild action as a heroic action to break up all the secrets, the Kingpin secrets in Times Square. We put that token here. And now he has 1 action left. He will use that action to rescue a civilian. So now, oh no, we can't rescue. Yes, we can rescue civilians. All right, so we can start working on these cards now. All right, so now we need to clear off 2 of these cards before we can directly assault the Kingpin. So now I'm going to draw a card. Okay, so I get 2 wild actions. All right, so I'm going to play Moon Knight Associative Identity Disorder. Shuffle your hand and your deck together, then draw 3 cards. So that helps us a little bit because I was down to 1 card. I was holding on to that. It's like a little sneaky way to heal. You play it when you only got 1 card. So we do that. And then I get 3 new cards. All right. And we get 2 wild actions and a fight. And 2 fights. So 1 wild action is going to move. 2 fights. So Moon Knight, he just breaks into police headquarters and starts beating corrupt cops. And he has 1 last wild action. He is going to move back because Bullseye is still a real threat. So hit and move because you can't have that nonsense. So Kingpin is going to go. Kingpin goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He wants to personally find out what happened to his information network in Times Square. Fortunately, it's not a BAM, so that doesn't activate. And he's hiring legit people who don't realize that they're working for Kingpin. So the civilians, but they don't realize. That's the story that I'm making up. He throws them in Central Park. So he's getting like little kids to they're not really bad yet. They don't know they're working for the Kingpins. They got hired through intermediaries and stuff like that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. So, let's see now. We got 2 fight actions. So 2 fight actions. So Punisher is gonna see. This is rough. Where's Moon Knight? Yeah, Punisher. We got to take a risk. So he's gonna move. Now he has. No, that's dumb because each one of these takes 2 damage. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Moon Knight. Moon Knight has 2 fights. Daredevil. Where is Daredevil? This is rough. This is rough since he could attack adjacently. This is really tough. So, where's Daredevil? All right, so Daredevil has. All right. So the Man Without Fear, he has a star action that he's going to use to rescue that civilian, and you gain a movement token for each civilian that you rescue. Oh, that's not even good. I'll put that back. That's not even good because, oh man, this is a rough turn. Moon Knight. All right. So he has 2 wild actions and 2 punches. So he's going to use 1 action to come. Even that sucks. Oh man, this is a rough turn. I guess I gotta risk the Punisher. All right, I'm gonna put the Punisher in harm's way. So he's gonna move. He's gonna take out 1 thug, and then one fist is wasted. And I know that's a dumb move. I know he's gonna get hurt. I know he's gonna get hurt next turn, but he's the Punisher. Frank Castle don't care about that. So, okay. So, all right. So we could do this. Daredevil. I mean, the Punisher again. He's gonna. He's gonna go after Bullseye. So he goes over here, and he does 2 damage directly to Bullseye. Okay. All right. So there we go. There we go. Probably dumb, but that's the Punisher for you. He don't care. One more card. Could Moon Knight? I can't put anybody over here. I can't risk it. That will lose the game for us. So Moon Knight is going to. He's just going to rescue civilians. Right? He's got an attack that he's just going to waste. He has 2 wild actions that he's just going to rescue these 2. It sucks when you don't use all your symbols, but that happens. All right. So now Kingpin, advance the plan. What's the lowest number token? So he comes over here to Central Park. Bam, Moon Knight gets hit. I do not have a Moon Knight card, so I will discard a Daredevil card. So again, he looks right at Moon Knight and says, I'm not going to get my hands dirty. And then boom, somebody snipes out at Daredevil when he wasn't ready for it. All right, we take this token. Now, because this is a blam, Frank, and then we lose. And then we lose again. This is tough. This is tough. All right. I got time to redo it one more time, and I hope the internet allows me to have a consistent game without interruption. Oh my God, Kingpin is rough. There's a Moon Knight card in here. This Kingpin is rough. Wow. Ernest, so have you played yet? I don't blame people for leaving when the internet was out for so long. Punishers down here, so we'll start that. All right, get rid of these cards. Put these over here. This is just rough. You have a game group, Ernest? Like who are you gonna play with? Because that Avengers one, I'm playing with the solo rules given in that base set. Each location comes with a like how to set it up. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. 1, 2. He took 2 damage. See, I don't have to beat Bullseye to win the game. I just have to defeat the Kingpin. So I could probably avoid him the whole game. But that don't feel super heroic. All right, let's start this nonsense all over again. Kingpin is going to go 2 and a bam. All right, nobody gets hit. Bam, he kills civilians over here. And then he releases a civilian here. A kid enrolls in school. And tourists are on the Brooklyn Bridge. Little do they know that there is a psychopath murderer on the bridge. Solo or with my son. Yeah, I think when you play with 2 people, you each control 2 characters. That's what I'm not 100% on that. Because I think the minimum you can play is 3 characters. So I think when you play with 2 kids, you play each person plays 2 characters, and then you set up the board according to 4 players. All right, so let's see. So Daredevil's just going to start. I feel Daredevil's the biggest goody of the bunch. He just starts delving into the Kingpin's connections over here in Times Square. Okay. As long as this threat is in play, any defeated thugs are discarded instead of being placed on the mission card. Okay. So we got connections. We got to break his connections, and we got to break his secrets before we could start collecting any tokens. All right. So we'll play Moon Knight's suit until the beginning of your next turn if you would take any damage. So he's pretty much invulnerable until the next time he goes, and he has 2 stars. So they're just going to start investigating. All right. So he's investigating the secrets of Central Park. You know, what is the Kingpin got going on in Central Park? And then Daredevil has a wild, so he's got basically 2 stars. So he's right away we break these connections. We break those connections. All right, nobody's even moved yet. We break those connections, and then that's good because the next hero gets a wild. So, and then at the end of the turn, you may rescue from this location, as long as the threat is like any rescued or. So this just goes away. I don't care. I want the. At least he leaves. He leaves the danger. You know, we didn't get any credit for it. You know, we didn't get any help out of it, but it prevents an overfill. All right, so place him. So he goes all the way. So he drives from Queens, stops at the Brooklyn Bridge to talk to Bullseye. Bam, there's nobody there. Bam, he kills this civilian. He kills this civilian. He kills this civilian. Yeah, but, you know, Kingpin wanted him whacked. What do you want me to say? Kingpin wanted him whacked. And then a bunch of thugs are showing up everywhere. You know, Kingpin is consolidating his power. He's consolidating his power. So we got rid of that cop that wouldn't play and replaced him with crooked cops. Kingpin. All right, so this is great. So Moon Knight is going to play. So he gets... Okay, so we're going to use his star to... He breaks the secret. He unlocks the secrets of Central Park. He has another heroic action, and... No. That was the star from this, and now he has 1, 2, 3 wild actions. 3 wild actions. So he's going to go here. He's going to put this here. And then he's going to move back. We got to stay out of Bullseye's range. Man, this is tough. This is tough. All right. Now the Punisher has a heroic action and 2 wild actions. So Punisher just immediately wipes away this card. Okay. He unmercifully, he didn't like the fact that the Kingpin was using Midtown High School as a place to sell drugs and whatever. So he just went in there and ruined that whole scheme. All right. He's going to end his turn there, so we could claim a star token as per that power. And now all the secrets are broken. So now we could rescue civilians, and the civilians will give up information. All right. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So we could proceed. So we got a third action. We need to clear one more card to clear this threat. We need to clear this card so we can start beating up thugs. So is there anything Moon Knight could do? Yes. All right. Moon Knight has 3 wild actions. So 1 action, okay, to move. Then we're going to use this token. We're going to use his second wild action as this, and then his last wild action to move back. And that clears that card. This goes here. We cleared 4 out of Kingpin's 6 threats. This card slides over. Now Kingpin, he starts to notice us, and he amps up his plans. So that's pretty good. We're gonna. So Daredevil has a bunch of comment. We're gonna send these guys. So Moon Knight scares a couple of thugs into Daredevil's territory, and I'm hoping Daredevil can take care of him next turn because he has a bunch of fight cards. All right. But now Kingpin goes. Kingpin is going to move to Queens. He's going to have a conference with all the mob bosses. No Bam. He's not violent. He's got to be calm and collected in front of the mob bosses. So Kingpin goes to the mob bosses in Queens, but 3 mob bosses get stuck in traffic at the Brooklyn Bridge. That activates an overflow. He kills. So we actually had a pretty easy turn as far as the Kingpin, but he's more concerned with what do they know? They broke my all my connections, and they broke all my secrets. He's conferred with the mob bosses, his crooked lawyers. You know, he wants to see how bad is this? How bad is this? Now I'm going to draw a card, and let's see. Daredevil is going to start taking out some thugs. So he's got a wild action and a fight. So he's going to take out 2 thugs. Boom, boom. And you get a movement token for each thug that he defeats. That's blind justice. That's part of the card. Now he's going to end his turn at Times Square, and the power is you may rescue a civilian from this location. So there we go. All right. So we're making New York safe. We're making New York safe. So I will take a sip of coffee. You know, the Punisher is eager to take out the villains, but you're doing it for the people, right? You're doing it for the people. So I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to have Daredevil go again. Daredevil, he's going to use this punch to take out that thug. And then he's going to swing over to Midtown High, take out this thug. He's going to end his turn there, so we get a star token. All right, so we got this little pile of tokens over here that any player could use on their turn. That's part of the cooperation. All right. Now, unfortunately, Kingpin is going now. The mob boss is like, you got to move quickly. You got to fix this. What's Kingpin's first name again? Wilson, Mr. Fisk. You got to take care of this. So he's like, all right, I have to advance the plan. Was there another advance the plan? Yes, so this token is already gone. Okay. So now he's going to go. He's got to talk to his corrupt cops. Makes sense. He just talked to all his lawyers. He's got to talk to the corrupt cops. He gets a bam, but there's nobody there. A bam. He covers this. Nobody there. Now, nobody gets over there. This overflowed. Nobody's there. Perfect. Well, Wilson doesn't get scared. He doesn't get scared. He's lulling them into a false sense of security. Okay. We don't really have to deal with Bullseye to defeat him. We could concentrate on beating up thugs and rescuing people. Where is Moon Knight? Moon Knight is good. All right. Okay, so Moon Knight is going to go. So he's going to use this movement. He just, this is bold. This is why Moon Knight's crazy. Moon Knight's got problems. He just goes bashing into the police headquarters, looks at Wilson, and then just takes out this cop, takes out that cop, and then uses this action token to go back, and then he uses this and rescues that kid. He's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There you go. Just to show Wilson we're on to you. Just to show. Which character seems the best to play? So far, I played the base Avengers. I played the base X-Men. I played the Fantastic Four, and now I'm playing these guys. So I would have to say I don't know. I just get a kick out of playing the guys I like. Like, I like Captain America. Wolverine is fun to play because he regenerates, so he could pull a card back. That is really powerful in this game. Hulk has a lot of fight, so if Hulk has a lot of like fight and move, so but not a lot of heroic actions. So you know what I mean? Like, so if you have Captain America who has a lot of heroic actions, that's a good combo. That's a good combo. But I haven't really scratched the surface. I'm not joking. When I got who am I even talking to? Old Dirty Fatty. If you remind me, because I got a lot of videos to do today. If you remind me, I'll make a list of all the available characters, or I'm sure there is a list that I could just copy and paste because it's CMON. But if you look at CMON Marvel United, all available characters, I got them all because I did an all-in pledge because I am an absolute lunatic. In for a penny, in for a pound. If you're gonna get into something, if you're gonna like comic books, make comic books. If you're gonna get into Marvel United, get everything. So where was I? Moon Knight just finished his turn, so I gotta draw a card. Moon Knight just did a crazy turn. Moon Knight just did a crazy turn. So we got a star. Okay, so, all right, this is perfect. Daredevil's going to go. Daredevil's going to go. Daredevil is going to use this movement to swing to Queens. Okay, now he has 3 heroic actions. We're just going to, he just takes out, we don't even care about that token. He just takes out all the mafia organization, just the whole organization. He doesn't take out, well, he takes out this mob boss. Boom. Takes out everybody started scattering. One guy pulled out a gun. He dealt with that guy. So that was Daredevil just getting bold. That was Daredevil getting bold because he's now in Bullseye's range. But Daredevil, he don't like Bullseye. And I found out yesterday that Bullseye originated in a Nick Fury comic. I did not know that. So that was a fun move. But Kingpin is retaliating. Advance the plan. So he's going to drive around the city, and he's going to end up here. Boom. Takes that token. He didn't like what Moon Knight did. He says to Moon Knight, you want to play games? You want to play games? I'll play games. So I got to discard a Moon Knight card. Boom. He hits Moon Knight. Because of a BAM, Daredevil gets hit. I got to get rid of a Daredevil card. Boom. All right. He would murder civilians, but there's no civilians left. And then a couple of, he's just calling the mob out. You know, mob scattered from Queens, and they're going all over the place. More, he calls in for more cops because he didn't like that everything got disorganized. So now I draw a card. I have 4 Punisher cards. Okay, so he has 2 heroic actions and a third if I so choose. All right, I'm going to play this. So the Punisher is just like, enough of this. Enough. So from Midtown High, he goes to Queens, and he takes out one of these mob guys. He's like, enough's enough. He also gets, so he gets these 2 heroic actions. He rescues these 2 civilians, a teacher and a student. Don't say no to drugs. He goes over here, takes out that mob guy. So that takes care of this. I forgot that he got those cards. Now I draw another card. All right, now check out this freaking action. All right. Okay, special ops training. Oh no. Yes, special ops training. You can move to any location and then do 2 damage there. So he's going to go here. He hits Bullseye for 2. Boom, boom. He's going to use this to take out a mob guy that clears this. So now Kingpin is vulnerable to damage. And he's going to use this movement. Okay, so this card allowed him to move 2 damage. No, he's not going to take out a... Yeah, that'll release that card. That's good. Then he's going to use this movement to go here. And he's going to use this movement. He's just mad rushing the Kingpin. Unfortunately, the Kingpin goes. He's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes down to the schools. But it's not a BAM card. He goes to the schools, and he gets a couple of kids get through intermediaries. The kids don't realize that they're working for the Kingpin. A couple of tourists go to Times Square. You know, a regular person moves in. He buys the house that was vacated by the mob guys. Okay. All right. So now we go. So the Punisher uses, literally, the Punisher is going to use heavy firepower. Okay, boom, heavy fire, 2 damage in any location, and then 1 damage in both adjacent locations. So he's going to hit the Punisher for 2. Boom. I mean the bullseye for 2, and then he's going to take out this mob boss and this mob boss, or that corrupt cop. So he just fires a rocket. Okay, and then he gets a movement. Now he's pursuing the Kingpin. He's like, I'm coming for you, Fisk. I'm coming for you. The Punisher is acting like Jason from Friday the 13th. He's coming for him. So I draw another card. Punisher's got some cool cards. Punisher, unfortunately, there's no actions that anybody else could borrow. So we will continue the Punisher's mad tirade. So he moves into his location and starts hitting Wilson. Boom. So there he goes. He chased him around Manhattan, firing rockets, and he finally hits the Kingpin. First damage on the Kingpin. What does the Kingpin do? He leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortunately, it's not a BAM, but we get a thug comes with them and 2 civilians. We get a thug over here and 2 civilians. And then this civilian, at the end of your turn, he gets a star token. So we get another star token. And then Punisher is going to take a damage. Boom. From the overspill. And then over here, we're going to fill that up, but there's nobody there. And the card wasn't a BAM. He took a damage because there was overspill. That was fun. All right, so now I draw a card. Damn. Just what I need, attack cards. I don't have any attack cards. So Punisher has a move and attack. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna play Daredevil. Daredevil's got this move and attack, so he's gonna attack Wilson. So Daredevil hits him. We're gonna use these 2 stars to rescue these 2 civilians because that card was full and we can't have that. Okay, and then he's gonna move. Use this movement. So gain either a star or a fight token for each space you. So he's going to take a fight token. No, he's going to get a star and rescue this civilian. And then he's going to use this other move. And he'll get a star and rescue this civilian. And at the end of the turn, so he'll use a fight, take out that thug, and then at the end of the turn, you can rescue this civilian. It amounts to the same thing, but 1 less thug on the board. So that was a pretty good turn. Daredevil just, using the commando tactics. All right, I draw another card. I have 3 Moon Knight cards. So Moon Knight has a move action from that previous card. And he's got to move in a fight. All right, so he's going to move in a fight. He'll move over here, but that's going to put him in danger's way. So, because we still have... All right, move in a fight. So we'll take out that thug, even though it doesn't help us. And then you may discard a thug from any location. So I don't want this overspill over here. So the police, so he pressures the police to do their job. All right, so Wilson goes, advance the plan. What's the lowest token? So he's going after Frank. He takes that. We get a BAM, and we lose the game. BAM. He attacks him, and we have no cards. And we lose. All because I did that. We would have had 1 turn left. So frustrating. Oh, man. I actually thought I had a chance. I actually thought I had a chance. Oh man. So I'm gonna leave this set up. I'll probably play again tonight because I got to break everything down because I got friends coming over to play a board game. So I can't leave it out. So I'll take advantage. Yeah, Ernest, I thought I had that one too. I messed up. I shouldn't have moved Moon Knight. I shouldn't have moved Moon Knight. And it was for no advantage. There was no reason to get a thug. I didn't get anything. I put him in risk for no reason whatsoever. That, yeah, I got carried away. And it's easy to do. It's easy to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easy to do. Let's put these. And you just randomly put these out. All right. I put them out, set up the board, and then look at them. All right. So we got bullseye over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. For some reason, this just pleases me that the Queens, all civilians are thugs, and they're corrupt. I'm so upset. I thought I had that one. I thought I had that one. He's going to start the Queens. His Foggy Nelson. You know, I'm playing again. I don't care. I'm playing again. Well, it looks like the game came with 18 characters. You can update for just about every hero. Yeah. The base game comes with the base Avengers comes with this. I painted these. So the base Avengers comes with Wasp, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Ultron, Taskmaster, Ant-Man, and Red Skull. Okay. And then the X-Men one comes with, then I got the Fantastic Four with Doctor Doom, Super Skrull, and Silver Surfer. And then this is the base X-Men. Okay. The base X-Men, as you can see, I painted these also. So this comes with the Juggernaut, Xavier, Mystique, Wolverine, Sabretooth, Storm, Beast, Jean Grey, Magneto, and Cyclops. You need either the base Avengers or the base X-Men to play. And I recommend this player mat. I don't, because I'm a crazy person. All right, so let's put these out. Let's get this. I'm playing again. I really don't want to go back to doing my OSHA 30. I'm like a little kid procrastinating. Let's procrastinate and move. Oh, you want to see the Juggernaut? Just the figure? Painted them, so these I don't mind painting because they're superheroes. There's like only a few colors, and these chibi size are pretty cool. I like because the ground is like destroyed that he's worked on. So Juggernaut's pretty cool. Juggernaut is tough to beat. He destroys locations. All right, so did I draw a Kingpin card? Yes. Kingpin is going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kingpin goes right to police headquarters and starts telling everybody what to do. All right. Civilian comes up. Civilian goes to Central Park, and a civilian goes to Brooklyn Bridge. So, scams and schemes. There we go. Let me organize my cards. Okay. All right. All right. So again, anybody we rescue, any thugs we defeat, we don't get any good out of it because. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is Moon Knight is going to play 2 heroic actions, and again, he's trying to figure out all the secrets of Central Park. You know, back to the first part of our story, the investigative work. Okay, I draw another card. I'm going to play a third. I'm going to play Moon Knight again. No, that's a waste. That's a waste because that's overkill, and I really don't want to. So Daredevil has 2 wilds. Okay, so he's going to use 2. He's going to use 2 heroic actions and one of those wilds as a heroic action, and he right away Daredevil right away uncovers the Kingpin's secrets at Times Square. You can't fool him. You can't fool him. Now he has a 1 wild action. He's going to swing over here because the Punisher doesn't have a lot of heroic actions, and you need heroic actions to break those connections. So, and at the end of the turn, you may rescue, but until you break both secret cards, it doesn't help you. So I don't mind wasting that. So I'm going to draw another card. The heroes are coming out strong. The heroes are coming out strong. So Moon Knight has a heroic action. He breaks down the secrets right away. Right away. So right away, we are able to start rescuing civilians. He has 2 heroic actions. This card is full. So right away, Moon Knight starts rescuing civilians. Excellent opening move. We broke his secrets. The secrets prevent us from rescuing civilians, or at least getting any good out of it. Now we got to break his connections. We got a connection card here. We got a connection card here. All right, so we got to deal with that. But now the Kingpin, he's still driving around the city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's not a bam. He just wants to know what's going on. I just heard that. So a thug goes up, a civilian goes here, but there's overflow. So Moon Knight is going to take a damage. Moon Knight is going to take a damage. So he loses a card. So one of the guys, so Moon Knight, I heard Moon Knight was here. Oh, yeah. And he runs out and takes a couple of shots at Moon Knight. So that's this. This gets filled. So it gets filled with a thug and a civilian. We get overflow there, but nobody's there, so it doesn't matter. This gets overflow, but it doesn't matter. So far, no bams. So Moon Knight's being pretty, Kingpin's being pretty cool. Kingpin's being pretty cool. We took a damage. So this is great. Daredevil has 2 heroic actions. We get 1 heroic action from Moon Knight's previous card. That's 3. Boom. We just break some of his connections at the school. Excellent. Boom. We're just making short work of all these threats. Short work of all these threats. Who's messaging me? Okay, that's okay. And we end our turn here. We get a heroic action token. All right. I draw another card. Where's Moon Knight? So I don't want to play that because that's all heroic actions. I kind of want a movement on somebody. Punisher could move and do some heroic actions. It's not the best. It's not the best, but we'll put a move. So he's got 2 heroic actions. So he's gonna move. Okay, Daredevil's in the school. Punisher likes to act alone, so he moves. Now he's gonna hit this thug. He can't help himself. It doesn't benefit us, but that's the Punisher for you. But Punisher rescues these 2 civilians. And then since he ends his turn here, he rescues that civilian. So Punisher's being real cool. He's being a good guy. He's being what he should be. He's being a good guy. All right, that was only the second of the 3 heroic actions. So I got a whole bunch of Punisher cards. All right, so Okay, this is perfect. So Moon Knight's going to play Moon Knight Suit until the beginning of your next turn. If you take damage, ignore it and move to any location instead. So I guess he's got that glider suit. So that's good. Perfect. Because he's got a movement. He's going to move to here. He's going to use his star to start dealing with the connections. He's going to use this held star to start dealing with the connections. And then as long as it's threatened place, so he's just going to defeat a cop. It doesn't help us. Nobody wants to talk, but we still got to clear that out. We still got to clear that out. Okay, so that's, but right now we don't have to worry about Bullseye. Okay, so that's cool. That's 3 heroic actions. Now, Kingpin. Kingpin is like, okay, it's time to start moving. He's gonna, did he play an advance the plan card? No, he did not. So I didn't. I'm gonna put them upside down so I don't know what numbers they are. So, all right, we got that. We got that. We got that. There should be one more. Okay, we got. Well, I already saw it was a 4. So now I'm gonna flip them over. All right, so perfect. So Kingpin's gonna come over here. All right, he's gonna advance the plan. So we take this token. All right. Then bam, he goes to hit Moon Knight, but Moon Knight is invulnerable until he goes again. So he's going to fly over here. All right. He can't do anything about it because, what does it say? Okay. See, he's going to go here because of the wording of the card. Now he attacks. He gets to ignore it and move anywhere he wants. I'm trying to get him in a spot with Punisher while he can't be damaged. All right. And then where's the card? Oh yeah. So now we get 2 over here. That does an overspill. We get 1 over here. That's an overspill. Doesn't matter. And then 1 over here. No overspill. So that doesn't cause Moon Knight to move again. All right. Nice gliding cape. Moon Knight was just avoiding everybody. We put that card here. And now we draw. We draw. And of course, I do not have a Moon Knight card. But that's okay. Moon Knight is still invulnerable until the next time we play. I always thought the Punisher would be one of the wealthiest characters since he's known to rob drug dealers and mobsters. Yeah, but how much money did drug dealers and mobsters have on them at the time? Like, Tony Stark has, Tony Stark might not have liquid cash, but he's got factories and and houses and stocks and everything. So I would say that like Harry Osborn and Tony Stark are like some of the wealthiest. I would say Punisher is rich. I just think like wealth is just like stuff that generates money, but it's not necessarily money like properties, lands, and stocks, stuff like that. Rich is just you have like a lot of gold and jewels. Yeah, guns and ammo cost money. I agree. So Chuck Dixon sent me a couple of emails. He friend requested me. We've been chatting, man. We got really got along last night. If you didn't watch my talk with Chuck Dixon, it was one of my favorites, man. We just got along like fast friends. That was awesome. All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna draw a card. Just hoping for all right, so Moon Knight gave a star. Damn you, Moon Knight. I don't want to play Moon Knight until he has attacks. And I need to break these connections. And if I move Moon Knight, because he could break these connections, but then he's going to be vulnerable to damage. So that's... I would do it if he had 2 movements. Where is Daredevil? So... this... Okay, now... Now, I have a card that says Precision Shot. So could that be anywhere? Could could that be anywhere in the game? Would you guys mind looking up Marvel United Punisher precision shot and see if I could play that anywhere in the board? Because I just got a combo of cards that's not really that good. Daredevil could come over here and but then he's fun. Well, I guess we got to do it. All right, so Daredevil's gonna go. I have 3 cards, so maybe I could get him out of here. All right, so Daredevil's gonna use this action as a movement. Okay, so he moved into Queens. He's gonna use this action to put. He's just breaking up the corrupt elite thugs in Queens. Now I'm gonna draw another card. Okay, Daredevil. I'm going to play Daredevil again because I don't have a good Moon Knight card. Moon Knight's all set up to attack Bullseye, but so now he has a wild action, a star, and an attack. So you don't want to attack the thugs first because they take 2 damage over there. They're in the seat of their power. So he's going to use this heroic action. So Daredevil is just, you know, by day he's Matt Murdock and, you know, battling with the law, and then he comes in at night and he just busts their chops. Okay, so he just busts their chops. That's the official legal term that he did. So he just destroyed the infrastructure of the mob there. Now, his last attack is attack, so he beats one of these guys. He ends his turn here. If you have 1 or 2 cards in hand, draw a card, but we have a bunch of cards, so that doesn't. Oh, it's Ernest. You looked it up. It's any location. You officially looked it up, or you just saying that? Okay, because I'm gonna hold off until you confirm. All right, so I'm gonna draw my card anyway, and let's see, because I really want to use this precision shot. So I'm just waiting for Ernest to confirm that he looked up the rules. Yes, okay, Ernest confirmed. So Punisher is going to play precision shot. We can't hit the Kingpin yet, but we can hit Bullseye for 4 damage. Boom! And it says, against a single enemy, damage you deal this turn cannot be canceled or reduced. Okay, he also gets a star and a punch. So the star is going to be wasted, but I don't consider that wasted. And then he also takes out a thug. So he goes up to Times Square, goes up in a building. He sees Bullseye squaring it off with Moon Knight and just freaking snipes him. So Moon Knight is Punisher. Bullseye is holding on for dear life. That was excellent. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Ernest. Kingpin is like, what? You know how much money I pay that guy? So he's like, I need to advance the plan. So he goes to the Brooklyn Bridge personally, collects this token. He attacks Moon Knight, but Moon Knight is still covered by his last card. So he's going to go to any location. So he's going to go here. Then Bullseye attacks. He's going to go here. So he could go to any location. So he's going to go back. Daredevil, unfortunately, is going to get hit. So Daredevil gets hit. Okay. And at that bam, so this guy gets killed. That guy gets killed. Sorry. All right. There we go. Oh, and then 2 cops. So this is an overspill. Mob bosses. We can't let that freak take us out of our own territory. All right. So now I draw a card. The bad thing about that precision is it doesn't give any symbols for the next player. Moon Knight, why won't you get an attack card? Why won't you get an attack card? I got a handful of angry Punisher cards. I gotta play. All right, so I'm gonna play a wild token. I gotta move him so he's gonna go down to where there's a lot of criminals. Okay, so he goes down there. There's a lot of criminals here. These guys scatter. Oh no, the Punisher's here. They go to Times Square. They flee like the rats they are. Okay, but unfortunately, that's all he could do. I draw another card. Finally, Moon Knight gets a wild action and a punch. So for a punch, he hits Bullseye. We take out Bullseye. Finally, we didn't have to fight Bullseye. We just wanted to fight Bullseye. All right. And now he has a wild action. So this goes away. For the wild action, he takes out this thug. But now his protection is ended. He went. So, all right. All right. All right. So what we need to do is rescue 4 civilians or beat 6 thugs. So what will get us that? Daredevil is not, he's in a location to beat thugs, but he doesn't have any cards that will allow it to happen. Punisher. Okay, so Moon Knight. Oh, he ends his turn here. You may add one. You may add one. Okay, you may add one to any location, then rescue one from this location. There we go. Little legal cheat. So somebody wanders on the Brooklyn Bridge. Moon Knight just jumps. Get out of here. Get out of here. So that was the end of his turn. I already drew the card. So Moon Knight is going to go again because he's going to move to the police station. Oh, thugs don't go here yet, so I gotta remove that thug. All right, so he's going to use this star. Now we could use thugs to place on our card, and he beats a thug. Boom. All right. All right. All right. Nope. Nope. Nope, that didn't happen. Put this card back in my hand because this card is gone. So it's Kingpin's turn. It's Kingpin's turn. All right, so advance the plot. So he goes to number 3 token. Because you're gonna hit my boy Bullseye. You know how much that cost me? He don't care about Bullseye. He just cares how much it costs him. So Punisher takes the damage. His card goes to the bottom of the deck. Boom! Because it's a bam. We don't have to worry about this anymore. Man, that Bullseye was rough. Bullseye was rough. Holy mackerel. And what we got to do is Kingpin releases 2 more cops over here. There's an overspill. Doesn't do anything. Nobody in his location. 2. So now he's got thugs just taking over Central Park. All right. We're going to take over Central Park. Oh, okay. So I got to put his card here. All right. So now I draw a card. I still can't attack Kingpin directly. So I need to either beat thugs or an alt, as it figures. Some person says, here's how you beat the Kingpin. Make him run. Yeah. He's like got Paulie from Goodfellas. Paulie he was a big man. He didn't like to move. He didn't have to move much. Distracted with a 6-foot hoagie. Distracted with Vanessa. Go capture Vanessa. Unfortunately, I have like now I have a whole bunch of attack cards. So where is everybody? So all right. So Moon Knight is going to do this. All right. So Moon Knight he's going to use this to move. He's going to use this star to do what I said he was going to do before. So now we could, and then he's going to use this to beat a thug. Now we could beat thugs and it'll go on the card. So we defeated Kingpin's secrets. We broke up his mafia, sanctuary. We defeated his henchmen. And now we just broke up all his connections. So we just got to clear out the police force. And then it says you may discard from any location. Oh, that's good. Any location. So this guy, that's dangerously full. They don't help us, but we prevent an overspill. All right, so I'm going to draw a card. I got a bunch of attack cards, but I mean Punisher has a bunch of attack cards, but there's not a lot of goons in his areas. Oh, okay, so we'll play this. All right, so Punisher. It's too much to get to. It's too much to get to Wilson right now. So the first thing he does is he rescues that civilian. Get out of here, old lady. Take your little yap dog and get out of town. And then he moves over here and he takes out these two thugs. Boom, boom. All right. Boom, boom. And at the end of the turn, you may rescue a civilian from that location, but there are no civilians on that location. Just one thug. Okay, that's two cards. So now the Kingpin goes again. He goes one, but it's not a BAM, so it's not an attack. And then over here, we put three Mafia guys. So they're filling up the Brooklyn Bridge. Fortunately, there's nobody there, so it doesn't cause any damage or, the overspill doesn't really hurt us too much. All right, so now we draw a card. Where is the Punisher? Okay, so... okay. Where's Moon Knight? Where's Daredevil? Moon Knight. All right, I think Moon Knight's gonna go. Okay, so Moon Knight has got a wild action. He's gonna use that wild action to move. So he goes to the Brooklyn Bridge. He uses these two actions to beat up more Mafia goons. He's gonna end his action. You may add a civilian to any location, then rescue one civilian from this location. There you go. I didn't make the rules. So now I draw a card. Okay, Daredevil. Okay. So Daredevil's going to go. He's going to use Moon Knight's wild action to go to Midtown. Okay, he's going to use this star to rescue this person. That unlocks this card. So now we could directly hit Kingpin. It says gain a movement token for each person you rescue. So that's cool. So he can now move. But we're going to end his turn here because we get a star token. Okay. All right. That's two heroic actions. Now, advance the plan. So he's going to go to the space with the... oh, so he's going after Daredevil. Boom. Daredevil gets hit. So Daredevil loses a card. Boom. Okay. We took the token. Wilson's traveling with his entourage. So his entourage is taking over the school. They're rebuilding their horribleness. Yes, that's the official term, horribleness in Queens. So Queens is just filled with the mob again. And they're trying to establish a base back in Times Square. Well, pretty good. They got more than a majority in Times Square. All right, so now I draw a card. But keep in mind, we could directly attack the Kingpin now. All right, so... all right, so I don't... so we're going to move. And we're going to hit Wilson. So we hit Wilson for one. And then this star action is going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing. So we waste the star action, but that's okay. And we get a star token. Even if we use his movement, we get nothing. All right. Or no, I'm not going to change it after the fact. All right, so not Daredevil. Okay, Daredevil. He's going to hit Wilson for 2. Boom, 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 boom. And then he's going to move. We're going to move down to here to Queens. Okay. All right. All right. And that's 2. All right. So he's going to go 2 and bam. There's nobody there. A bunch of celebrities are following him to here, to here, to here. I'm getting nervous. What is? So he gets a fight. Whoever goes gets an additional fight, but I don't think anybody could get to him. Okay, so all right, so Punisher, he gets a fight, so he's going to take out this guy. Boom. He has 2 wild actions now. So he's going to use those 2 wild actions. No. Yeah, he's going to take out these 2 guys because he'll end his turn there. So that clears out this card. Now we get to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3, because that's each hero immediately draws 1 card. So that, and then he ends his turn there. We get to start. So we're building up. We're building up for the fight. Building up for the fight. And then now I draw another card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going into this fight basically with 7 hit points. But Wilson ain't stupid. He's as far away from them as he could possibly be. So we get 2 wild move. Okay, so Moon Knight. Oh, no. No, I'm not play that card because it's shuffle your hand together and draw 3. It's going to weaken us. But Punisher, oh my God, Punisher just drew the best card. So special ops training, you can move to any location and then do 2 damage there. So he goes here, does 2 damage. Boom, boom. Then he's going to use that 2 wild actions. Boom, boom. We beat the Kingpin finally. We beat the Kingpin finally. Wilson, you. Oh my God, that was rough. Oh my God. How many times? 6 times to beat the Kingpin? Last time, if I made 1 move, too many, but I finally beat the Kingpin. Oh my God, that was rough. That actually felt good. All right, so at 5:30, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do art lessons with art with Oscar, and then at 7 o'clock, I've Adam Lawson, and then at 8:30, it's clobbering time. Oh man, that was something else. That was something. And how many cards did he have left? Oh, we still had 4 cards left. Okay, so there we go. We beat the Kingpin finally. Finally. I got to say, I think Punisher was the most valuable player. So who asked me who's my favorite character? Let's see. Punisher is really cool, man. That direct damage card anywhere on the board. Oh my God. And then that go anywhere and attack, special ops training. Punisher ain't no joke. One of the things about this game is every character is, because there's only 3 symbols. So, there's only move, there's only attack, and then there's heroic actions. So I like the DC one's going to come out. And everybody has like 1 or 2 symbols on their card. Very rarely do they have 3 symbols on their card. So, like what? Like, is Superman going to have 3 symbols on his card at any time? You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how, like, they're going to have to reduce the DC characters, unless they're just going to be on a higher scale. And then if you mix them, they're just going to mop up the floor with the DC. But I don't know. But that was fun. I'm going to end it. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the middle. All right, bye-bye.